Hey, my loves, what's going on, my peoples? I hope everybody is well. We are here to do the Gemini year ahead 2026. We're about to see what's about to come through for you guys. I feel like there's a lot of energy in air. Okay. You know, Pluto obviously is there for the next 20 years, and that might seem inconsequential because it's such a large period of time, but it's not. And there is some transits that are going to make it even more impactful. What's good, Mel? In addition, Uranus will return to Gemini in April of 2026, which will right away cause a reaction between Pluto and Gemini. Pluto and Uranus, they'll be in harmony. So this will be, Pluto's death and transformation, and Uranus is change through chaos. What's good, Project Execute? So I feel like what that is saying is a lot of the things that are going to be happening for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node really is going to get kicked up a notch. And the things, the people, the places around you may seem very different because they are, but they're also a reflection of how different you are. Okay, so we're going to start with that. I am going to take an Isis Oracle. We're going to see what Spirit wants to say. You know, I sat down without my glasses. Why? Every fucking day. Every day. Give me 1 second. Do I have another pair over here? Of course not. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Gypsy. I have Gypsy with me. She's wandering around the office for the first time after being able to be out of the box. We're going to pull an Isis Oracle, and then we will get started. All right. What's good, Anna? Spirit. And we have 3. Okay, past life, present power. The many spiritual faces of you. And I did say, Gemini, that there was a different version of you. Okay, miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess. I feel like this could be happening in conjunction with somebody. Okay, we're going to take a look. And then the Knight of Isis, energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. So I really do feel like there is some kind of connection. It could be new, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that that's only a mirror of the relationship that you have with yourself and the divine. Okay, so that is it's like you're reflecting back at yourself your growth. Okay, so here's past life, present, future. When the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of the past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. Okay, so like I said, you are in integration. You are looking at new versions of yourself. Okay, Miracle of Isis. Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle of healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of you, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing and to let go and let the goddess be. So, and like I said, the leveling up or what you're experiencing in connection with somebody is reflecting back the work you've done on yourself. Okay? And I feel like something that you thought just isn't true any longer. Okay, I'm going to give a powerful and maybe triggering example. Let's say that you were a victim of SA and you've been championing that for others because of what has happened to you. And you may be taking up the mantle of like a warrior spirit, but at the same time, maybe always you felt like that was part of your identity. Like, you know, I was once a victim and this is why I do what I do. And I feel like you're being freed of that. You might even be shifting, like, let's say you're a practitioner of some sort, right? You could be changing your focus because it's like you've completed something. Okay, and then the knot of Isis. That feels like a pact to me. Okay. Each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint. Each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint with particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to her. So, like I said, I used the word pact, and it said initiation. And I feel like that is what is happening in some sense. It has to do with the inner knowing. And maybe you're getting control of an area that maybe others thought was chaotic, duality, or, you know, sometimes they'll say Gemini is two-faced, but maybe it's not that. Maybe you're integrating. All right, let's see what your mantra should be for 2026. What should Gemini's mantra be for 2026, please? What should Gemini's mantra be? What should Gemini's mantra be, please, for 2026? What should Gemini's mantra be? What should Gemini's mantra be, please? I am a money magnet, okay? Okay, I deserve the good things is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, there's also something here about you manifested something. The hard part was believing in it. I feel like that's why something has been a little slow. You want a particular thing, but it's like you won't give yourself permission to say it out loud. And I think that you need to. I feel like part of you feels if you say it out loud, then that means you can't have it. Like, kind of like the kids' wishes. If I tell my wish, it won't come true, right? But words are spells. And there's a need here to have some like understanding of the power of your word. Okay, let's look at what could be. Wow, shooting at Kentucky State University. It's terrible every day. Spirit, can you show me, please, what are the challenges for my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node for the year 2026, please? Can you show me? Also, towards the end of 2026, I don't want to say the end, but like towards October, Venus will go retrograde in Scorpio and then retrograde back into Libra. When that happens, that will also be a trine. Okay? In all the air signs, because there'll be Pluto, there'll be Uranus, and then also Venus. Those are two what's considered a malefic and then a benefic, right? Stop it. She's pulling on wires. Show me. What are the challenges? So marriage, maybe you want commitment. Okay, mature woman, courthouse, main female, poverty, concern. For some of you, you've been in a relationship for a very long time, and there could be the dissolution of property and splitting up assets. There could be fighting for what's right. Okay. For others of you, you could be in a long-term relationship and saying, this is what the type of relationship I want. We've been together too long. Either we're moving forward or we're not moving forward. I can do that all by myself. Okay. Others of you could be meeting someone new, but there needs to be some parameters, or they're going through a divorce, or there's something going on. Okay, concern, message of concern and pathway. Also, for some of you, a specific event. Okay, so like let's say you're going through a divorce, but you meet somebody at the courthouse, or like it just feels like something is ending and something is beginning. Okay? So we are going to take a look. We are going to do a Celtic spread. Bottom of the deck is the devil. You're facing some fears, some challenges. Spirit. I feel like those challenges are happening right now. They may cascade over into 2026. I feel like you are facing something head on. Spirit, can you show me situation, please? Hold on, Gypsy. the Fool cross. You don't know if you should start over or something. 10 of Cups. Okay, it's the blockage. Like, what is happening? Should I stay or should I go? Right? There's something about investment in a relationship or how long you've been in a relationship. Okay, something like that. For others of you, it could be how long you've been single and what are you willing to compromise and what you're not willing to compromise. Okay, what's falling away, Spirit? Page of Coins. An opportunity. You feel like you want to speak up or you're tired of waiting or something. Okay, you also have the 7 of Coins and the Justice card crowning. You have the Lovers, which is you in the coming future, near future. How does Gemini see themselves? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please. North Node as well. You have the Ace of Sticks and the 10 of Coins. So you feel like you're building a legacy, okay? You feel like you're doing something. What's good, Aurin? Yes, like the video, please. Gemini gang, what's good? Okay, you have the Ace of Coins and the 6 of Coins in your hopes and fears. I feel like there's something about an investment or the time that you put into an investment. Okay, and the 4 of Staffs. You just want peace, harmony, good things. That's all. It ain't a big order, right? And I said in the beginning that this felt very much like it had to do with relationships. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, 8 of Coins. I feel like you do work hard. I feel like you also want to know that your work is like paying off or your investment or whatever. Where are you, Miss Thing? Where'd you go? Come in. She's getting big, y'all. You see her? She's causing problems, scratching my legs. Okay, so I feel like that is what's going on. Let's get us a deck to clarify. Let's see why the Fool crossed is the situation. I feel like there's something here about new beginnings. Should you take a chance? Should you just scrap it and start over? Do you have more time to give to a situation, a scenario, something along those lines? Are you trying to get down, Mama? Okay, so you've got the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. It's something you care deeply about. It could also be a feminine involved in this situation. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be a mother figure. Maybe you are a mother figure yourself. Okay, Page of Wands. Somebody around you could have made a poor decision, or this could have been you. But it's like something that maybe somebody was avoiding is catching up. All right. So let's take a look at the Fool. Spirit, why is the Fool here? Within a connection, yes, definitely just want peace and balance. Absolutely. Spirit, why is the Fool here, cross? Can you show me? It comes out with the 9 of Wands, but 9 of Swords. There's been a lot of sleepless nights and anxiety, maybe around relationship or a last relationship. Okay. For some of you, you've been single for a minute now. And you're starting to wonder, like, why isn't it coming together the way I would like it to? That could be the missing link. Maybe you have a good job or something. Okay, you got the 10 of Cups here. Spirit, why is this 10 of Cups here? You saw that? I feel like you want to reinvent something from the past, but not the way it was. Okay? Let's say you've been in a relationship for a hot minute. Let's say that this is a discussion about, can we start over, but this time for real start over? Because if we're not and we're going to go back to the same shit, we might as well not even do that. Okay? This also could be like the start of a new relationship, but there could be some lingering ties to, old seasons of your life. Let's say you're in a messy custody battle, or you're in the middle of a divorce or something like that, right? Where you got a new opportunity, but this other situation is kind of lingering. Miss Thing, I just had you up here. Now you're jumping up. You're too little for that. Okay, let's look at the Ace of Swords, which is at the foundation. Spirit, why is this Ace of Swords here? At the foundation, there's some type of truth. This truth has a King of Pentacles in reverse. This could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or this could be a masculine. This masculine could be saying to you, I don't have the resources that I would like to move forward with you. Okay, Eight of Wands, they could be trying to communicate something. You could feel like they're blowing smoke up your ass and that they're taking too long. Okay, maybe they be stunting on the gram, stunting. Maybe they like to, spend a little money, or, they always got the newest game, the newest this, the that, and that, but there's never money for the future. Eight of Swords. Are you questioning if this is a prison of your own making for some of you? Okay. Now, for others of you could be, not in a relationship, but this could have been the energy around the situation in the last one, where you stood too long and you got burned. And now, right, any new prospects, you want to lay it all out. Like, hey, listen, what we're not doing, or what I'm not about, what's good, Pata, right? What I don't want to get down with, right? You could be communicating up front. Somebody could be saying like, well, that's a lot of information. Yeah, I just putting it out there because we don't need to fake jacks. Okay? Because I feel like you have had some wins. Maybe you have a good job. There's something here that you're like, I don't really have time to be giving to situations that aren't worth my energy. Okay, so you got the Page of Pentacles here. Something's falling away, some kind of opportunity. Maybe you feel like you didn't press for something or something like that. The Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords. It could have been like, let's say you've been in a relationship, right? No time for games, right? Let's say you've been in a relationship for a minute. In the early parts, y'all talked about how it would go, what, right? And now, as time has gone by, those conversations happen few and far between, right? It's like building together, but not building together, right? The sun and the moon, right? We balance each other. So what we doing? We fucking around. What are we doing? Queen of Swords. It's like you want fucking clarity about what the Three of Pentacles. Is this a collaboration or what it is or what it ain't? Knight of Pentacles. Don't string me along with the bullshit. Okay? And then I heard but I heard it with different words. Bring me along, and then the song's dying. And I heard string me along, right? So it's like feeling like, somebody's not keeping it a buck, or that could have been in the last relationship and you're trying to set the parameters in a new situation. Hangman, okay, Aquarius energy. This could have something to do with the Pluto, death and transformation, and the rebirth that you've been going through. Gemini, you have the Seven of Coins here, crowning you with justice. Something you may feel like something doesn't have enough. Yeah, it's Gucci, it's cute. We do shit together. That's nice. What are we doing though? Right? Are we building shit or we like separate? Because if we separate, then I have to, think about other options or something like that. Seven of Coins. Spirit, why is that here? With the Page of Swords, I feel like somebody shuts it down. What's good, Jennifer LaRoe? I feel like somebody shuts it down when you try to find out what it is, okay? Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Ashe. Justice, please. Why is the Justice card here for crowning for my Geminis, okay? Four of Swords. You feel like something doesn't heal, doesn't come into balance, and that there's too many illusions. And I feel like with the Neptune retrograde, which ends tomorrow, then it has to take all the way, I think, to February to move back into its original place of Aries. It's in Pisces right now. So the illusions, the masks of what you might have permitted, they're falling away. So now you're getting clarity about some inner realms, inner situations, and you're seeing if they're still in alignment with you through this transformation. So coming up shortly is the Lover's card. This is your card, but it also is reflecting a choice, a decision that you need to make. Spirit, why is the Lover's card here for Gemini? You have, did something else flip? Okay. You have here the Lovers. Sorry, my phone rang. You have the Lovers here on the fucking Lovers. Somebody is like trying to slow you down from making a decision. With the Chariot here also crossed and the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody wants time. Hold on. Stop. Wait. Can we talk about this? I mean, yeah, of course, we've been together for a long time. Of course, you're my baby. Of course, we're building a future. But right now, you could feel, and they could have said right now, and that's it. You're like the world. Okay, that's all I had to hear. I'm good. I'll build my own peace and harmony. You see how in this one, 4 of Wands, there's 2 people? And you see in this one, she's by herself, right? It's like you're calling bluff on something. Okay? I feel like you don't want to hear somebody's bullshit anymore. And this might not even be the same person that ran some bullshit on you. But maybe because of that experience, you're not with that. Okay? How you see yourself. Ace of Wands as passionate. Okay? 10 of Coins, successful, right? Generational wealth and legacy. Right? Like that's like the family, the kid, the dog, right? You're like, I worked too hard to get to where I am, or, maybe you just graduated college or something, or you built a business. Also hearing from the ground up, got it out the mud. Right? So this may not be like this could be something that you worked from a very young age towards, okay? So you have the Ace of Wands here. Why is this Ace of Wands here, please? Ace of Wands comes out with the Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, you put your work in, okay? And the 9 of Cups. And you're proud, of where you have come from. Like, yeah, I might have had some situations, but I didn't shrink myself. I stepped up to the plate. I went after the things that I wanted, and I have a good job or a good apartment. Like, from modest beginnings. Yes, that's very much the energy. Okay? 3 of Wands. You also feel very hopeful about your future. Like, that it's only upwards, right? 2 of Cups. You also know that you could have new opportunities. It's not like you like, listen here. It's not like I'm going to be alone. Right? As a matter of fact, with the 4 of Pentacles, I have options. I choose not to take them because for whatever reason, 10 of Swords, like they don't feel like prosperity or happiness is attached to them. And this could be because of a situation you had. Let's clarify this 10 of Pentacles. Spirit, why? Comes out with the Queen of Wands. Okay, you might also, listen, male or female, you could have gotten to a situation with somebody who felt like you was Mr. Big Stuff. Right? And you don't even got to have a lot of things, but maybe the things you have are nice things. And maybe you work to have those things, right? And so for somebody else that maybe don't appreciate how hard you've had to go after something. And there could have been somebody who was taking advantage of you. Male or female, it's giving Jody from Baby Boy. Okay, so 5 of coins, spirit. What's this 5 of coins? This is in your how other people see you. Okay, so like let's say you say, well, I don't have it right now, right? They think you're lying. Like, okay, that's the 5 of coins. So this also could be saying like when you need something, people don't really say anything to you, right? Justice is here with the King of Cups and the Hangman. There could also be, I'm going to put it in terms of a woman, but it doesn't have to be in terms of a woman. Let's say you're a female and your dad treated you in a particular light. And you fell in love with somebody who had less means than you. And you never gave a fuck about that. The problem is that person might feel like you have more and you could have came from the same place they came from. But the fact that you worked so hard towards yours is why you have what you have. And this person could feel like, well, you have everything because it was given to you. No, it was not given to me. And as a matter of fact, the mentality that you have, right? It turns me off because, I grew up around, and I'm saying in a male-female way, but it doesn't have to be, right? I grew up around men who go after things. They don't wait for, somebody to give it to them or something. There's some kind of disagreement, and it doesn't have to be male or female. Just put it in that way, right? About, and somebody could be like, well, this is struggle love. Don't you want struggle? And you're like, nah, don't take me up through nowhere. Okay? Like this isn't high school with the struggle love. Okay? The 6 of Swords is here. All right? With the 2 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Okay? So there really is, you could be weighing it, right? I feel like if you are in a connection, or if you find yourself meeting somebody with potential for a real connection, one of the things you're going to be weighing is the money mentality. Right? No struggle, nothing. Right? So now here, it's like the mentality, right? So using that example, male or female, you have 2 people, both come from modest beginnings, right? One person gets it out the mud. The other person is a little more lackadaisical. Then they meet somebody who gets it out the mud, and they're looking at them like, so why can't you give me, or share with me, right? And I feel like that's not the problem here. The problem here is the thought process, right? About building. Okay, so the 6 of coins is here, and the Ace of coins is in the hopes and fears. And I feel like with this 6 of coins, there's something about unfair splitting. Yeah, 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say this one thing from a woman's perspective, but I'm sure there are plenty of men who can relate to this. Okay? Because traditionally men make more money, right? So you're a feminine, and you giving and you've seen, maybe you saw your mom do this, right? Where she made more money. Right? She made more money, and she provided and she shared, right? And actually was resented for it, right? In the future, right? Because this person could have felt like a little emasculated, right? So in your perspective, watching that, right, you're like, I don't want that, because I seen how that story ends. He actually ends up resenting you because he feels like you're more than him. And from the woman's perspective, right, I want to be with an equal, or right. So if you're a man, you could be saying like, I don't want a woman who just stays home, right? And I don't want her to not feel that she's my equal. It's something like that. Okay. And the ace of coins is here. Spirit. Ace of coins with the star and the emperor, right? So pays the who's the boss pays to be the cost, or whatever is going on here. All right. So if you've been single for a while and this was like part of what happened in the last situation, I feel like what's happening here is that you're getting what you're manifesting. Okay. Somebody that could come in and be that equal. However, right before the person shows up, you know, Spirit always likes a little test. This is a test from the American broadcasting system, right? Where they send you like, you know, male or female, a scrub, right? Who's like, you know, you got money for my nails, or you got money for this, or you got money, right? You see what I'm saying? Because when we ask for something, or when we say we don't want something, right before Spirit gives us what we do want, they always want to see like, but did you really learn your lesson? Or because you feel like I'm taking too long to give you this, you just go with any Joe Schmo, any, you know, silly Sarah, right? You understand? So you got the Four of Wands here as the most likely outcome. Somebody, okay, this is what you want. Okay, you're not sitting at anybody else's table. You've built your own table. You've got the Ten of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. That's happy life. You know, that's the peace and harmony. That's the money flow, right? But you're being very upfront about the Knight of Swords. Okay, this could be date 3, and you're like, so listen, you know what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're not looking for? Because I have very specific guidelines and I don't really have a lot of fucking time to waste. Yes, test to see if lessons were learned to avoid repeating past cycles. Yeah, right? And I feel like somebody could feel like you're being a little short, but you got the Tower here. Like you're willing to pull the plug. So maybe you spent too long in a place, in a relationship before, on the hopes of some shit working out. I feel like now you could be a little trigger happy. Like you could be like, listen here, okay? The Tower with the Four Wands, because I could do this shit by myself, okay? Hierophant, if nothing from nothing leaves nothing, you gotta have something, right? Seven of Wands, right? And Seven of Pentacles right here. This is the conversation. What we doing, right? The world, right? We building, or I'm single, right? Justice, because I'm looking for somebody who's willing not to take care of me, but to put the equal amount of work. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's always financial, right? But there has to be some worth there. And there'll be times where people are up, they're down, right? You're not always in the same situation. But you do need to be solid with somebody who grinds the way you grind, or else it's problematic. All right. So you got the Eight of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. And that comes out. Listen, it comes out with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I think you were upfront with somebody. I feel like this person could have made more attempts And this for a lot of you is going to be the last relationship you were in. You gave this person a lot of chances. They didn't listen. Okay. And you had to pull back from that situation. Okay. And it feels like here you'll never put yourself in that situation. Okay. You're looking for the real deal because of a heartbreak, because maybe you stayed too long and you are holding back certain things about yourself, or you're saving the real giving for that real relationship. 9 of Wands is here. Okay. King of Wands. You're willing to move solo dolo until a real situation comes in. Page of Cups. You're just not looking for anything temporary. You got the Temperance with the Wheel of Fortune, and it is going to come in. Okay, I feel like, it feels like before Scorpio season, okay, singledom, and then you're going to feel a little torn between two lovers. I don't think it's two people. I think it's two mindsets, right? Do I really want to be in connection permanently now in some way? Can I really trust this? I think that's going to be your next challenge, Gemini. I feel like September feels like big energy. Okay, feels like big energy. I feel like a lot of what you requested will be here by then. Let me move some of these. I'm gonna see what chakras are most affected for your year. Okay, where you're gonna feel this year at. For the new viewers, I am also a Reiki master. Spirit, show me. How will this be affecting Gemini's body, mind, and spirit? How will this be affecting Gemini's body, mind, and spirit, please? How will this be affecting Gemini's body, mind, and spirit? Let's see. Love, self-esteem, denial. Anything else from this deck? Last shuffle. And envy, abundance. Yes, please equal out the likes, please. I would greatly appreciate that. So you got love here, right? Let me get the glasses. Read what it says here. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. All right. I feel like there is definitely either an opportunity at a relationship where somebody is going to get the opportunity to step up to the plate and give equally, right? Or there's a new person coming, right? You got self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I feel like in the past you wouldn't have spoke up for yourself, or you waited too long. It had to do with how you viewed yourself. Now you see yourself in a different light. Okay, you are the most important relationship in your life, and you're upholding that. Kudos to you. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Let's get it. Okay. I feel like somebody else around you, either in the past or while you're explaining to somebody what you need, has been in denial. But I feel like when you stand up for yourself, this person's going to understand. It's put up or shut up. Okay. And then you've got envy. I am the same as everybody with different challenges. Okay. For a long time, you could have been like, why doesn't love seem to work out for me, or something like that. But I feel like you've dated people that were in competition with you. Low key, you didn't even notice that. Like I said, you could have came from modest beginnings. It's about the choices you made, right? And then you have to understand that your experiences in your life have happened to you so that you can get a different perspective about what it is that you want to get, or you want to do, or you want to be. And comparing your walk to anybody else's and wondering why, you may feel like you're getting the short end of the stick. Maybe part of your lesson is not that you won't have people who sit at your table, but that they don't acknowledge that it's your fucking table. Okay? And it's time to, create that which you've been asking for in secret. When you're talking to the moon, right? Big time self-love season. Yes. And so it feels like now, it seems like on the back of a lesson you already learned, but now you have to apply that. And I feel like this is the year to do that. Absolutely. Okay, so that's what I have for my Geminis, gang. If you are new and this is the first time watching me, please do hit the follow button. If you're interested in more reads like this, check me out here or on Patreon. Wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Bye, guys.